My name is Priscilla Zeno. I am the healing partner. I am a mother. I am a healer. I am all things self-healing and self-care. Now, you can learn more about me and what I do, as well as my book, I Am Healing: The 7 Secrets to Wellness and Self-Care, on my website, which is PriscillaZeno.com or TheHealingPartner.com. You can go to either one of those, okay? So if you see me kind of looking all over the place, I have Instagram up here, and then I have Facebook down here. So you guys bear with me while you guys get all of this great information today. So today we're going to be talking about ways that you can kind of overcome toxic self-criticism that rob you of your mental strength, as well as toxic positivity, and making sure that we're not sharing that as well. So as we talk about, you know what I'm saying, the 7 ways to kind of I have my guy in the background, which shout out to David. He is always helping me with regards to this. So David, we're gonna get right into it with our banners, and I'm gonna do a quick adjustment really quick so that we can talk about this, you know what I'm saying, toxic positivity, and how we are really robbing ourselves of the things that we kind of share, the toxicity that we share among ourselves, and the toxicity that we share among others. Sometimes it can be really easy to say to someone, you know what, you know, you'll get over it. Everything will be all right. You'll get over it. And, you know, depending on what it is that they're going through, they may not, those might, even though your intentions may be great, that may not resonate with them in a way that, you know, will give them the mental strength that they need. So today, I want to make sure that I give you some tools, not just for yourself, but also give you some tools of things that you can do with changing your own mindset, but then also changing the toxic positivity that you might be giving to someone else, so that you can help them move forward as well. So as we talk about, you know what I'm saying, the 7 ways to overcome the toxic criticism that robs you of mental strength, we want to get into a really more positive inner dialogue and get a step away from that negative inner dialogue that will prevent you from having kind of a positive life. So the first thing that I want to share is, 1, paying attention to your thoughts and how important that is. Paying attention to your thoughts. So, okay, so you're so used to kind of hearing your own kind of narration, all right? Your own narration of that it kind of might become kind of oblivious to the messages that you're giving yourself. So start paying close attention to your thoughts, and you may discover that you might call yourself names, or, you know, maybe you're talking yourself out of something that maybe you shouldn't, that you think that may be hard, when you could be saying some more positive things that will kind of help you. The issue is this: it's estimated that you have around maybe about 60,000 thoughts per day. And those are 60,000 chances, okay, that you can either build yourself up or tear yourself down. That's the way that is. Okay. So learning to kind of recognize those thought patterns is going to be really, really key. It's going to be key to understanding how your thinking affects your life, which brings me to number 2. All right. Change the channel. Change the channel. All right. So while problem solving is helpful and ruminating is destructive, we do need to make sure that we change the channel when we understand that there are going to be some changes in our thought processes that are hurting us. So when you keep replaying a mistake that you made in your head over and over and over again, you can't stop thinking about something bad that happened. You're just kind of dragging yourself down. You're kind of just weighing yourself down. And the best way to change the channel is by getting active, finding an activity that will temporarily distract you from those negative tapes that are playing in your head. And go for a walk or call a friend. What I do is I blast music. Like if I start kind of like something is going on and on and on in my head about something that happened earlier, especially when I'm in my car, I will literally turn my freaking phone on, connect my phone to my car, and turn on to some really loud music. Either it's hard rock or some gangster rap. I listen to it all. So whatever it is that I need to do to change the channel in my mind, that's what I do in order to slow down those thoughts. All right. So we have to make sure that we're doing those things and tackle whatever that is so that we are refusing to listen to our brain beat us up. And that's true. We don't want that. Now, that brings me to number 3. Okay. Number 3, examine the evidence. So your thoughts aren't always true. In fact, they're often exaggeratedly negative. So it's important to examine the evidence before you believe what you're thinking. So if you're thinking like, I'm going to embarrass myself when I give this presentation, or I want you to just kind of like pause for a moment and take a piece of paper and write down all the evidence that indicates that you're going to fail. You heard me. Write down all the evidence that you're going to fail. And then list all of the evidence that you are not going to fail. All right. And then as you look at the evidence on both sides, you'll be able to kind of look at that and see the situation a lot more rationally and less emotionally, so that you can kind of stay in tune with who you truly are. That's what that is. That's how that works. Reminding yourself that your thoughts are 100%. Reminding yourself that your thoughts aren't 100% true and that you can boost your own confidence. All right. So let's move forward to number 4, which is replacing exaggeratedly negative thoughts with realistic statements. How do we do that? All right. Well, when you recognize that your negative thoughts aren't completely true, right? So you try to you're replacing your statements with something with something that's more realistic. So if you think I'll never get a promotion, a good replacement statement might be, if I work hard, I'll keep investing in myself and I may get promoted some other day. Just changing your mind and changing your thought process and keeping your mind, keep in mind that you don't need to develop unrealistic positive statements. Overconfidence can be almost as damaging as serious doubt, which we're going to talk about later with regards to the toxic positivity. But a balanced, realistic outlook is key in becoming mentally stronger. So consider, which brings me to number 5, consider how bad it would be if your thoughts were true. Okay? How would that be? So it's tempting to kind of envision a misstep turning into utter catastrophe. All right? So, but the worst case scenario isn't as bad as we might fear it to be. So if you are predicting that you're going to get rejected for a job or rejected for something that you want, ask yourself how bad that actually would be. How bad would it be? That's what we need to ask ourselves, because rejection stings, yes, but it's not the end of the world. It's not. So it's like once we understand, like, all right, that's what it is. It's not the end of the world. Just reminding ourselves that you can handle tough times, and you can also increase your confidence even though those tough times may come. Okay, it's okay to have a good cry if that's what you need to do to get through it. But do what you need to get through it so that you don't stay there. All right. It will also decrease much of the dread and the worrisome thoughts that stand in your way when you're not focusing on those horrible things, or you're not focusing on that one thing, maybe that rejection. Just let it pass. Okay. 9 times out of 10, it's going to work in your good. It's going to work in your favor. And it may not feel like that at the time, but it will work in your favor. And it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a relationship or a job or whatever it is, it's going to work in your favor. Yes, David said, don't go down the rabbit hole. Yes, David, don't go down the rabbit hole. So now, which basically brings me to number 6, which is ask yourself what advice you give to a friend. So it's easier to be compassionate toward other people rather than yourself. So while you might call yourself an idiot for making a mistake, it's unlikely that you call a loved one an idiot. So when you're struggling with the tough times and you're doubting your ability to succeed, ask yourself, what would I say to a friend in this problem? What would I say to somebody else? And then say those things to yourself, but also understand that you need to give yourself permission and boundaries. Permission and boundaries. Permission to say the things that you need to say to yourself to heal, and boundaries to make sure that you're not giving that negative self-talk or that toxic talk that will hurt you, or toxic positivity that will keep you out of reality. Okay, so these are the things that you need to do. Now, it definitely needs to be a balance, which brings me to number 7. Balance self-improvement with self-acceptance. Okay, so there's a difference between telling yourself that you're not good enough and reminding yourself that there's room for improvement. Accept your flaws for what they are right now, while committing to do better in the future. It may make you get to this place where you're like, okay, wait a minute. Let me just kind of revamp and look at this whole situation. So accept your flaws for what they are right now while committing to doing better in the future. That's what I'm saying to you. All right. And although it sounds a bit kind of counterintuitive, you can do both simultaneously. You might accept that you feel anxious about an upcoming presentation at work while you're making a decision to improve your public speaking skills. So accept yourself for who you are right now. That's what you do. You accept yourself for who you are right now while investing into becoming an even better version of yourself down the road. What are we doing? We are changing our brain to think differently. That's what we're doing. We're changing our brain to think differently. I'm looking at my notes as I'm talking to you guys because I want to make sure that I am sharing everything that I possibly can with regards to with regards to kind of all of this. All right, so I'm gonna have to change that. All right, so okay, so now which brings me back to our toxic positivity. So when we talk about the toxic positivity, we know about the things that we may say to ourselves. But what are some of the things that, you know what I'm saying, we are saying to others, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that we think we're being helpful, but we're actually not being helpful. So when I talk about, you know what I'm saying, being helpful, I'm talking about making sure that we're not sharing information that will hurt our friends, even though we think we are helping them. So there's a big difference between the toxic positivity and the validation and hope. Okay. The toxic positivity is, for example, if, like I was telling you before, you don't want to tell yourself, okay, Priscilla, you'll get over it. It's okay to maybe we want to change those words to, okay, this is hard. I've done hard things before, but I believe in myself. Because if you try to negate some of the things that you're feeling, it may come back up later. So instead of just saying to yourself or someone else, you'll get over it, say, you know what? I do recognize that this is hard and that I've done harder things before, but I believe in myself. Or I do believe this, that you're going through something hard and you've done things before. You've done some hard things before, but I believe in you. So that's what I'm talking about. Now let's go to another one. Just be positive. I remember telling a girlfriend, oh my gosh, you need to just be positive. And believe it or not, that toxic positivity. It didn't keep me in reality and it didn't keep her in reality about what she was facing. Instead of changing my words to validation and hope of, I know there's a lot that could go wrong, but what could go right? That's changing that. David said, all we can hope for is for the strength and wisdom to accept the things we can't change. Yes, absolutely, David. I absolutely love that. And I agree with you 100%. So we do have to change our words. One of the other things that we talked about is good, telling somebody, oh, you know what? I only do good vibes. I only accept good vibes only. All right, well, guess what? All vibes are welcome here, because you never know that when someone comes into your space based on the vibe that they have, your vibe could change their vibe, and that's okay. All right. Or how about when we tell people, why are you so negative? Stop being negative. How about we change that to validation and hope talk by saying it's pretty normal to have some negativity in this situation. Like, we recognize that there is going to be negativity surrounding certain things. All right. Or when we tell people, you know what, you need to think happy thoughts. Okay. Yes, we can think happy thoughts, but at times we may need to change it to a more validating, hopeful words, such as, it's probably pretty hard to be positive right now, but I'm putting out good energy into the world for you. Or it's probably pretty hard to be positive right now, but I'm putting out good energy for myself because that's what I want in return. Now, I understand that it is key to share with people to never give up. I even talk about it in my book, to never give up. But it's also key to you maybe follow that up with, sometimes giving up is okay, but what is your ideal outcome? Because that's what's important. Sometimes it's okay to like shut the door on some things, and that is a form of giving up. But at the end of the day, is it the goal? Because if it's the goal, that's okay. And then also, how about this word? Just be happy. And yes, we all can tell people just be happy, but the validation and hope talk versus telling people to just be happy is never fun to feel that way, because we're recognizing, you know what I'm saying, and we're not negating what someone is feeling. So we're saying it's never fun to feel that way. So is there something we can do today that you would enjoy? Or is there something that I can do today that I can enjoy? And then last but not least, when we tell ourselves or we tell other people, see the good in everything. Just see the good in everything. Yes, we can see the good in everything, and it's good to feel that way. But if you're feeling like you're in a place where you can't see those words, then maybe you need to change those words to a validation and hope words of, it's probably really hard to see any good in this situation, but we're going to make sense of all of it later. We don't have to figure it all out right now. So I want to just kind of show you that there is a difference between supporting yourself and supporting someone else in a way that's going to be helpful, so that we can really and truly give ourselves the strength and hope that we need to build ourselves up. So I want to, I said that we were going to do a breath connection at the end of this. So I'm going to actually get you guys to, I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation about toxic positivity and how we share that with ourselves and others. And at the end of the day, I want to also share with you a way that you can also kind of bring yourself to a place of calm, especially when you are having a lot of positive thoughts. So if you have music, throw your music on. If you have a candle, something that you can visualize, light your candles, really create a real serene space. So we just have a couple more minutes. So what we're going to do is before I get David to throw my music on, I don't throw it on yet, David, not just yet. Wait until I say throw on the music. But what we're going to do really quick is we're going to do a couple breath connections, and we're just going to do literally a 2-minute meditation. So here we're going to do a quick breath connection, and that breath connection is taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And really try to get all of that breath out, okay? And we're going to do it one more time, in through the nose. And this time we're going to use our arms, okay? And so as we go up, we're going to go in through the nose, okay? In through the nose. And out through the mouth. So just want you to really, really relax. I want you to see the relaxation in your shoulders, see the relaxation in everything that you need. I mean, really, really take that breath in. Really take that breath in so that you can really feel the relaxation in your entire body. So let's do it again. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, now, again, we're not putting on the music yet, David. What we're going to do is we're just going to do a quick 2-minute meditation. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes and just sit still, posture your body, think of a mountain, but then relax your shoulders. I want you to relax your shoulders. I want you to think of the sea. Okay, so just kind of relaxing your shoulders, but sitting your body kind of upright. And just breathing normally. I'm just going to talk you through this 2-minute meditation. It's 8:53 right now. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I want you to just close your eyes, and I want you to either see yourself laying in grass or in the water, whichever you choose. Relaxing your knees and your thighs and your buttocks. Relaxing your feet, really feeling the ground. Just sit quietly in stillness. And I just want you to hear the stillness. Just allow the stillness to just really swallow you up. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sit in stillness as we come back. Just seeing yourself in this space. Really feeling that. Feeling the calmness. And now we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. That's what we need. We need to be able to bring ourselves back to that place of calm, to bring ourselves back to that place of relaxation, bringing ourselves back to that place of understanding that everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. All right, David, take us to the music. Thank you guys so much. for coming. Be well, rock on. Don't forget to come and go to the website. Go to the website, thehealingpartner.com. Don't forget to visit, check out the book. I Am Healing: The 7 Secrets to Wellness and Self-Care. And don't forget also to pick up your gifts, such as your mugs. Don't forget to get your mugs. Or don't forget to pick up your tote bags. You need one of these, our signature tote bags, or pick up one of our pillows. All right. I want to say thank you guys. And don't forget to go to the website. Don't forget to hit that website. Go to the website, which is thatzenlife.org. All right. Take us away, David. Give us some of that Jill Scott love. Come on, girl. I'm ready, man. I'm just like, turn it up.